All right, so I screwed up when I put the spring in here. I didn't realize that the cup was offset, and you can see the arc of the spring is pretty dramatic, which tells me that it's off. The cup is actually out of sync on here where it should be. And we're gonna have to use one of these style spring compressors. As much as Cam and I both hate these things, honestly, in this situation, it's about the only way we're gonna be able to fix this without having to go in and just redo almost everything, like taking and using the other style, pulling the spring up, taking the control arm out of the way, dropping the spring a little bit, and it's just a mess. I hate to say it, but as nasty as this thing is to use, it's probably the best bet here. So we have to thread it down through the hole. Cam's hands are too big to do this.
And it's just annoying.
I have no idea.
Because it does stuff like that.
My knuckles used to fit down in there. Unfortunately, with the arthritis is getting me. Yeah, this is a fun part, trying to get these to, as I like to say, play nicely with others.
And now we only have
an
inch of compression.
Yeah, it's going to do that.
Yeah, it'll be enough.
But we got to get these to go down more. It's always fun. Hours can be consumed playing this very game right here.
So much fun.
The problem is getting it to where it'll stay together while you're pulling it out of there and not re-engage the springs in any way, shape, or form. Now, when you want it to engage the springs,
it won't.
It won't. You don't want it to engage the springs.
It's like an electric or an airline.
Yep. As I said, hours of fun.
I'm having a great time.
See why you were so willing to let me do that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been able to figure out why I can get my fingers in there and then they won't come out. Like the kid with the, when he's got his head between the rails on a porch. There we go. Yee. I'm worried about that one right there. This nut's getting really tight right there. I don't know if that's just from the old grease or what. Will she? I think that'll work. Yeah, I want to get, all I really want to do right now is get them where they're across from each other pretty much. Okay. Some tension on it. because it's going to want to walk out. Actually, what I want to do is do this, and then we pick the car up. I'll probably want to take those out too so that it droops fully.
Mm-hmm.
Hear that? It's a ticking time bomb.
I was expecting you to fart.
That can happen too, but...
It's one of them new breed of stink bugs.
All right, so I pulled that up off of there. We can actually remove these now anyway because you have the engine in there, so the suspension is going to droop the way it needs to droop. So let's go ahead and get this thing up in the air.
Yep.
And that'll make that easier to get that out. He said with more confidence than he felt. I think the pad on that side is still there. The one that was over here is the 2x4 is missing.
Yeah, we just put 4x4s on it last time.
Did we? I thought we put 2x4s there. One 2x4 and one.
Some form of blockage.
Like Taco Bell? Wait, no, that's not blockage. I'm going to try a 4x4 on this side. We're right there on the pan right now. Too old for that stuff. I keep saying that, but I don't really believe it.
I'm about to take it up a bit.
That'd be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Forgetting we got a lift. Can you tell I've used that thing before? I still hate them though. I like that other one we got.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. All right, I'm going to put this thing in the air, and what we should see is the control arm dropping, and we won't be losing much of the spring because we've already had it compressed when we put the spring compressor in there. And the suspension should be going to just about full droop right there.
Just about to be free. Keep going. One more.
I don't know, there's something going on with the jack, I think.
Spring's almost loose.
We're going to probably have to bring it down and spin and tighten it a little bit more.
Yeah, go one more pump.
Yeah, I can't get any more.
No, the suspension's still going down. All right, we're off the ground.
Okay. Can I come out of here now?
Yeah, we're gonna have to tighten the spring up a little bit, but that's good.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. All right, I'll drop it. Ooh. Hi. When you're using one of these lifts, it's a good idea to always watch all four corners because it does have individual cleats in each one of the posts. So that will let you know whether you're in good shape or not all the way down. Sometimes that could be a problem. Safety first. All right, Cam should be able to rattle that spring down a little bit more now.
And you gotta hold it now.
Ooh. Huh?
You gotta hold it because it wants to rotate.
Yeah. We're going to be able to do what we were talking about when we... It makes me...
Yeah, I'm not liking this.
That's normal though, I mean...
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean I like it.
You know. Can you get to the cup?
I can push it in.
We can get the cup in there.
No, because the spring just expanded. Okay, spring comes out. Oh well.
Are you going to be able to do that?
No, because it's still tight.
I typically use a rattler on it. I know that doesn't sound good, but. Let me get a pry bar.
Yeah. I'm not putting my hands there.
See if I can get it underneath here. What if that thought? Oh, hang on. It's flipped on me.
Here, why don't you go ahead and get that so we can do this quickly? Because I'm holding a bomb in my hands.
Yeah, you got a bomb. It's not a good bomb either.
I'm not putting my fingers in the coils.
This is from National Parts Depot. I'll talk more about that after we get it in here.
I appreciate that.
I got my fingers in there now too. They got me all paranoid, dude.
That's good.
Okay, that's close enough. That is from National Parts Depot. You can order them individually, which is what we did there.
Let's see where the coil is.
Right against it. Is it good? Is it in the pocket?
I think it will be once we loosen it a bit. It's cocked right now.
Yeah, it looks like it is in the pocket. It's a little out on this side, maybe. That way.
Hold it.
I've got the pry bar on the back side of this spring so that it'll stay in the pocket. So we don't want to do this twice. We want to do it once, actually.
Yeah, this is twice.
We don't want to do this 3 times.
Okay, we got plenty of screw left.
Shift it off the plate a little bit. Came out off of the cup a little bit.
Yep.
I think we're in the pocket on the top, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. Is it up against it?
Not yet.
Close, are we?
1/4 inch.
It's a lot.
Keep going.
Just about pissed myself. Did it just fall back out of place? It did. Tempted to get a leather hammer.
Yeah.
Tap it around.
I don't think it needs much.
Get out of the way over that way. Go that way. Moving it. I think what's happening is because this is
Yeah, it's
slid off sides some.
How about I pry up on the
It's going to roll the tire too, so. It's just going around. I think we should just go ahead and try to get it to drop where it's at. I'm more concerned with spring cup position than I am with that.
Yeah. So you just want to loosen it?
You just go ahead and loosen it up. All right, let me,
Drop the weight
off
back
camera, let's put it back down on the wheels. All right, now you can see that this spring is now no longer arced like it was. There's a little bit of arc to it, but this thing is not sitting where it's going to sit for final. We don't have any sheet metal on it, no bumpers, nothing else on the front end, and that'll actually add enough weight to drop the nose on this thing. Also, when you're doing springs on a car, just know that you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to drive it like you stole it, because they will settle in after a little bit of time. Give them a little time to settle if you're going to start doing anything to it. If it's still not right, you can cut about a half a coil off of here, but keep in mind that when you cut coils, you're increasing spring rate. So the more coils you cut, the stiffer the front springs are going to get. That may be what you're looking for. Not me, maybe you. All right, now the 4.5 hour slog to get this thing out of here.
Don't worry, I got you for emotional support. You're doing great.
You're my emotional support human.
Yeah.
I thought that was Deanna's job.
She's occupied in the moment.
Things to do. How do you know an old pro who's done this before? You can get that thing out on the first shot. All right, there you go. That is as little fun as I remember it being.
Yeah, coil spring is not fun.
Coil spring's not fun, but the other compressor, the one I'm showing in front of me right here, that's the one to get. Yeah. Because it mounts to the spring perch, and it's not going anywhere. Whenever you're picking it up with that, unless you lose a bolt or something, that spring is not going to go anywhere. The disadvantage in those, like I said, is the fact that it compresses up into the shock tower, so then you have to take the spring all the way down, lift the car way up in the air, and hopefully then you can get that whole configuration to come out.
And you better hope you have a long enough rod to uncompress that spring by the time you get to the end of it.
I've done that before with the other one and it gotten real close, but usually when it is out to the end of the threads, at that point it's just a bump. Yeah. It's not a, oh my gosh, I'm going to die.
Boing.
It's not going to kill you. It's a, oh, okay, I'm all right. We're going to start buttoning it up, and I think maybe I want to do an episode on catch-ups, on things that you may have missed while you were doing it, and how to set that up and mark it up, but we'll probably just do that as a sidebar. Okay. Where we just go in and say, look, we've got a bolt that's missing off the bell housing on the 470W, so we need to take care of that. And little things that are just tick marks on your list. By all means, when you're doing this kind of stuff, make a list. You have to have a list, and that's what I'm going to work on also this week. I'm going to go around the car of the things that we still need to do before we get it back to Kylie, and probably will be, I'm not going to say, because I said before and it didn't work out very well.
It's the 3-week plan.
That's what this was originally. You are responsible for most of this.
Yeah.
Because you said, as we were moving along, why don't we? While we're here. And now look at this thing. I hate to say it, but the magic is mostly right here now.
Yeah.
Because all the rest of it, and when you think about how this thing looked when it got in here, it was pretty nasty.
Nasty.
I don't have a lot of good photographs of the engine bay before we got started on it, but it was truly nasty. So anyway, folks, do me a favor, be kind to each other, love on each other, treat each other nice. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Autorestomod. You know what's really weird? I looked at your arm to make sure which one you were using.
I was gonna do the one with the ratchet.
That would have been good too. He looks like
Get out.
Get out. Roll it around. MP5. See ya. Stuck the landing. I could have never done that in a million years. Not on purpose anyway.